From Studio B, this is WGALA Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, greetings to everyone and welcome to another edition of WGALA Brainbusters. We truly appreciate your continued support and look forward to bringing you another thrilling, riveting 30 minutes of dynamic questions and answers. Today, we're casting the spotlight on Middletown and Waynesboro, two new teams ready to challenge each other. Players, I hope you're ready. Let the battle of wits begin, because here comes today's opening round. We have 10-point questions, a little bit easier in our opening round to get us all warmed up. So let's pick up those signaling buttons, use them frequently, beginning now with this 10-point question. More than 2,000 dead, 300,000 homeless, 28,000 buildings destroyed on April 18th, 1906. Where? Emma.
San Francisco?
You are correct. In a New York Times interview in November 2023, he said he would definitely step down when his contract ends in 2026. Who is the current CEO of the Walt Disney Company? Draven.
Bob Iger.
He's the one, yes, and that gets Middletown on the board. This radioactive element was used in the atomic bomb dropped on Nagasaki. What element follows Neptunium in the periodic table, Emma?
Radium?
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Roman?
Uranium.
No, that's what she said. Sorry, you're both incorrect. It's plutonium that was used. Uranium was used in Hiroshima. The first was held at Chamonix, France in 1924. Where will the Winter Olympics of 2024 be held? Emma?
Salt Lake City?
No, sorry. Middletown. Draven?
Los Angeles.
No, you're both incorrect. They're going to be broadcast right here on WGALA and from Paris, France. This Ryan monoplane is on display at the Aeronautics and Space Museum of the Smithsonian Institute. What airplane made a 3,000-mile trip in May 1927? Oh, we stumped you on Charles Lindbergh's plane, the Spirit of St. Louis. It begins with a background etymology, then extracts, a collection of quotations, and then the first chapter, Loomings, which begins, Call Me Ishmael. What is this long novel, Emma?
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick is this long novel with lots of filler and digressions of Cubism, Impressionism, Mannerism, and Surrealism. Which came first, flourishing in the 16th century? Emma again.
Mannerism?
Mannerism did. Good for you. Correct again. The Mediterranean Sea to the southwest, the English Channel to the northwest, the Atlantic Ocean to the west.
France.
France is the country that's bordered by all these bodies of water. Between freezing and boiling water, there are 100 degrees centigrade. How many degrees Fahrenheit are there? Back to science class, and you're going to know it's 180 degrees. Annie Cunningham is a Pittsburgh high school misfit until she buys a car, a 1958 Plymouth Fury. What is the name of the car in John Carpenter's movie and Stephen King's novel? Kieran?
Corvette.
No, sorry. Middletown? It's a totally scary movie that we all remember called Christine. He was elected to the Senate in November 1962 to fill the seat once held by John F. Kennedy. Who was this Massachusetts politician? Kieran?
Robert Kennedy.
Nope, sorry, incorrect. Middletown? We stumped you on Ted Kennedy, Edward Kennedy. It's where the Green Monster lives. Built in 1912, the oldest. Draven.
Fenway Park.
Fenway Park, of course. It's the Major League has been the home to the Red Sox ever since, yes. It's the world's first multi-purpose domed sports stadium. What served as a shelter for Hurricane Katrina evacuees in 2005 and remains closed? Draven again.
Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, no, sorry. Any idea? Waynesboro, we stumped you both on the Astrodome, founded in November 1765 to oppose the Stamp Act. It disbanded only 5 months later in March 1766. Kieran?
The First Continental Congress.
Nope, sorry. No, when the act was repealed, what was the secret colonial group, Middletown? Roman?
Sons of Liberty.
You are correct. That took you way back to American history. The famous painting of Washington crossing the Delaware was inspired by this December 26, 1776 battle. To what New Jersey town is Washington crossing? Emma? right in time.
Nope.
Oh, no answer. It was Trenton, New Jersey. Well, that now takes us to the end of the round. It gives us a chance to get a quick breather. That'll be good so everyone can relax a bit. But don't go away because we have the one-on-one rapid fire and team lightning rounds coming up after this short break.
WGAL 8 Brainbusters will return after this. Participants on WGAL 8 Brainbusters each receive this drawstring tote bag, and the top 4 winning teams will share grants totaling $10,000. So good luck, teams. Now, here's Rich with our coaches and alternates.
You know, there are a lot of very interesting people in our studio today, so before we put the focus back on the game, let me introduce you to a few of them. First, Mr. Trevor Davis. He's the gifted support teacher over at Middletown. Thank you so much for coming once again. I think this is your second year coaching. Now, your wife, as you told me, is also a teacher. So here's a question that people might be curious about. What do you do during the summer?
Yeah, well, outside of prepping for next school year, we typically are gardening, enjoying some time outside with the kids, usually doing some home renovation project, and we also love going to the Outer Banks for a week.
So do you know, like an Airbnb or something, or you rent a house?
Yep.
And you say, oh,
Yeah.
beautiful, yeah, go to swimming. Hopefully good weather, because sometimes the Outer Banks, the weather can be a little precarious. And then we have Mrs. Jody Wenrick. She's science and biology teacher, longtime coach of the Quiz Bowl from Middletown.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And, you know, with all the travails of teaching and all the pressures, you know, here's a question to ask. Why do you enjoy teaching?
I remember from a little girl, first grade, I always wanted to be a teacher. I would hold my sister hostage, make her sit at a desk. I'd give her assignments, I'd grade them. Always wanted to do it. Had great teachers at Middletown, so.
And now you're working with some of the best because you're bringing such quality people, and
I am.
Always for years. Thank you very much for that. And now let's meet today's alternate from Middletown, Luke Lakita, and you are a senior, your first time here, and thanks for being here. So besides being a great student, which I know that you are, what do you do for fun outside of school?
I like to play a lot of soccer and a lot of tennis.
Now, does the school appreciate your efforts and your abilities?
I hope so.
Well, so you are playing on the teams, in
Yeah.
other words. They're going to miss you, no doubt. All right, well, thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting your team. Now let's head out to Waynesboro and say hello to Ms. Stacy Sawicki, gifted advisor from
Yes.
Waynesboro, and she's been a coach for many years for the Brainbusters team, and we always appreciate the team that you bring here. And so a question for you, you know, today technology is really impacting all our lives, and AI, and certainly computers and our cell phone. How has technology impacted you for good and for bad?
Well, I think the real benefit is, especially for gifted kids, they have a hard time with organization, creating schedules and things like that. So technology has really helped them organize themselves better, keep a schedule, be able to turn things in on time, things of those natures, because it's all in just one handy little space for them.
And it also it improves communication for you, you know, with email and stuff. You have better
Absolutely.
access, and they have better access to you. Okay. And you also had 2 alternates that wanted to be here. You want to give them a shout out?
Yes, Oliver and Kyle are our 2 alternates, but they're swimming at Trinity tonight, so hopefully we'll be back and they'll be with us the next time.
All right, we hope to meet them. All right, thanks for being here. Okay, well, here's the time we've all been waiting for when we pit our players against each other one-on-one in today's one-on-one rapid fire round. It also gives us a chance to talk to our players and find out what's going on in their very busy lives. So first, we're going to say hello to Yasu Yosidik. You are a sophomore, and it's great to have you here. And, you know, it's always interesting, you know, when we look back on our lives, I could have, would have, should have. So go back 3 years. If you wanted to talk to Yasu 3 years ago, what kind of advice might you give yourself?
I'd probably tell myself to be a bit more on top of like schoolwork, because online school, let's say I took it a bit lightly, you could say.
So you mean you procrastinated, or did you actually slack off?
Probably the former. Procrastinated a bit.
No, I understand. So you've changed, and you know, it's all part of growth. And you've done it just in time because you're a sophomore, so this is the time when you really can get in high gear. Peter Childers, you are a sophomore at Waynesboro, and you've been here before, and it's great to welcome you back. And, you know, I've always respected so much for people that dedicate themselves to the Boy Scouts, and you are, and now you're working on your Eagle Scout?
Yes, that is correct. My Eagle Scout project, which I'm working on this winter to spring, and it should be done by like hopefully April-ish, is actually building mountain bluebird bird boxes for Camp Liahona.
Where is the camp?
It's Somewhere on the highway.
Oh, so it's in Franklin County?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so I'm not familiar. Oh, well, thank you for sharing. Good luck on your efforts. Peter and Iyasu, good luck as we put you two one-on-one. Juliet was a Capulet. What was Romeo's last name? Peter?
Montenegro.
Nope, sorry, incorrect. Iyasu? There you go.
So Montague.
Montague is great. Montenegro is a country in the Mediterranean. In George Washington's cabinet, Henry Knox was Secretary of War. What is that cabinet position called today?
Secretary of Defense.
Peter is correct, with Secretary of Defense currently Lloyd Austin. And finally, Balboa reached the Pacific Ocean in 1513. Who reached the Sea of Tranquility in 1969? Well, I know you weren't bored, but he was the first man to walk on the moon, Neil Armstrong. Okay, we have a great game going. Scores are looking great. Now let's say hello to our two captains. First, Roman Chipola. You are a senior. Welcome to Brainbusters. Nice to have you here. And you know, I know you haven't made a decision about college, but that's all coming to a head. But you know what you want to study, and I'm always impressed. So when you walk into college, you know what you're going to focus on. Please share that with us.
So I want to major in aerospace engineering. So to study designing planes and rockets, anything that goes into the atmosphere.
And is there a class at high school that has worked toward that effort? Certainly physics, I would say.
Yeah, definitely physics, and I'd probably say I took an engineering design class, and that definitely, piqued my interest.
Wow, interesting. Okay, well, thank you very much for sharing. Emma Coulter is a senior, and she's the captain from Waynesboro, and it's nice to have you back. So you told me before today's taping that you were accepted at this really great college, and you're willing to talk about it, but you're not sure if you're going to go there. So tell us about this amazing gift that you've been bestowed.
Yeah, I was accepted early action into Princeton University, which is very exciting for me because I've wanted to go there for a very long time. So I'm still considering all of my options, but that was just really it's an amazing opportunity for me, and I'm very excited.
And once you visit that campus, it's hard to walk away from it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Emma and Roman, let's visit these three questions as we put you two one-on-one. On March 20th, 1969, John Lennon and his wife were married in Gibraltar. On December 8th, 1980, he died. Who is the widow of John Lennon? Roman?
Yoko Ono.
She's the one, yes. A number of important U.S. cities were built on major rivers. What river runs through Washington, D.C.? Emma?
The Delaware?
Not the Delaware, no, sorry. Roman?
The Potomac.
The Potomac River, you're correct again. And finally, when Walt Whitman wrote, "On the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead," which president was his captain? Emma?
McKinley?
Not he, no, sorry. Roman, any idea? Roman?
Roosevelt.
No, not he. Oh, Captain, my captain, I shall not want. Abraham Lincoln, a classic poem by Walt Whitman. Scores are looking great. Now let's say hello to our third players, Draven Murty. Great to have you here, and you're a senior also. And it's possible we might be able to see you on air, besides playing Brainbusters at WGAL. Tell us why.
Yeah, I do sports broadcasting for WMSS 91.1, local schools radio station. I do basketball, baseball in spring, football, and soccer.
And is this something you just fell into, or is it something you've always been interested in?
My family has a dynasty of sports broadcasting, so I was pressured to go into it.
Okay, you have a great voice for it as well. I hope you'll continue with it. Kieran Clay, he's a sophomore at Waynesboro, and it's great to have you here. And you're taking an online course at BYU, that's Brigham Young University, and you're studying a language that isn't a standard that's offered at Waynesboro.
Yep, studying Korean through it. I'm willing to speak it.
Okay, I'd love to hear something.
안녕하세요. 우리는 웨인스바로이에요. 아주 좋아요. 다노시 봐요. 우리 가요.
And it sounds like you want Waynesboro to win.
Sure do.
Sure do. All right, Kieran and Draven, that was fun. Thanks. Let's put you two one-on-one. Princeton, Trenton, Saratoga, and Yorktown. Kieran.
Battles of the Revolutionary War.
You are correct. Good anticipation. And Isosceles right triangle has a 90-degree angle. What are the other two angles? Kieran again.
45.
Yeah, ooh, just in time. Yes, you are correct. And finally, Alexander, Alfred, Catherine, Constantine, Cyrus, Darius.
Emperors?
No, sorry, I'm incomplete. Oh, Draven.
The Great.
The Great. Good for you. I had a whole list for you. Ramses and Xerxes were the two words that follow was the Great. Great game going. Scores, their teams are neck and neck. But now we're going to pick up the pace and play today's 60-second lightning round. So the ties are scored, but Middletown, you had the last correct answer. So you have the luxury or privilege of selecting first among these three quizzes. We have Gee Whiz, Potpourri, and CC Senor.
We'll go Gee Whiz.
Gee Whiz, if you're a Gee Whiz, you should have no trouble with these people, places, and things that all begin with the letter G. Roman, I take your answer as the team's answer. Yasu and Draven are ready to help you along. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck, and here we go. A powerfully built great ape, largest living primate.
Gorilla.
Correct. The search engine that also offers maps. Correct. This three-letter word can follow spearmint, chewing, and bubble.
Gum.
Gum, yes. His travels include trips to Lilliput and Brownie. Correct. State nicknamed by the Warriors of the NBA.
Golden State. Golden State.
Golden State is correct. The only name shared by a Eurasian country and a U.S. state.
Georgia.
Georgia is correct. He led the movement for the independence of India from the 1920s.
Gandhi.
Gandhi is correct. This word can precede interface, novel, and violence.
Pass.
Graphic. The only one of Disney's 7 dwarfs whose name begins with G.
Grumpy.
Grumpy is correct. Prior to the euro, the basic monetary unit of the Netherlands.
Geld.
No, guilder. This branch of medicine deals with the health of women.
Pass.
Gynecology. It borders Mexico, Honduras, El Salvador, and Belize.
Guatemala.
Correct. It's the part of the bird's stomach for grinding food, usually with grit.
Pass.
The gizzard, a small, graceful antelope of Asia and Africa.
Gazelle.
Gazelle, yes. Iceland and Yellowstone National Park both have these eruptions, and those are geysers. Well done, some fantastic teamwork. 10 correct. So 100 points came your way. Emma, it's up to you to select among the remaining quizzes. We have Potpourri and CC Senor.
Potpourri, please.
Potpourri, there's nothing fancy here, just a plain old variety of people, places, and things. So for 10 points each, identify the following. Emma, I take your answer as the team's answer. Kieran and Peter are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Here we go. This river flows through London, England.
Thames.
The Thames.
The Thames are Thames, yes. In Greek mythology, they were half man, half horse.
Minotaur.
Minotaur.
No, the centaurs, it's the more common name for solid carbon dioxide.
Diamond.
Dry ice. What French artist is most famous for his paintings of ballet dancers?
Monet.
Degas, Dr. Henry Jekyll's secret identity.
Dr. Hyde.
That's, Mr.
Mr.
Hyde,
Hyde.
but we'll take it. The current Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson.
That's correct. Which Batman villain was originally District Attorney Harvey Dent?
Two-Face.
Yes, that's correct. What Italian city was ruled by the Medici family in the 15th century?
Florence.
Florence. He composed the oratorio The Messiah in 1742.
Handel.
Handel.
Handel's correct. This U.S. general received Japan's surrender after World War II.
MacArthur.
Correct. In physics, it's the ratio of the mass and volume of a substance.
Density.
Correct. This presidential power is Latin for I forbid.
Veto.
Veto.
Veto is correct. The national park located in Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. This vitamin is produced in the body by exposure to ultraviolet rays.
Melanin.
Vitamin D. Caro Sandburg called it the city of big shoulders, and that was Chicago. 10 correct also. 100 points came your way. Look at those scores, 170 to 170. A perfect time to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. So during our break, our teams will wager 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of composers. So we'll have the bonus Brainbuster and, of course, the all-important Final Frenzy when WGAL8 Brainbusters continues following this brief break.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Studio B and our fantastic and thrilling competition between Middletown and Waynesboro. As you can see, it's a tie score, but now it's the pivotal round, the bonus Brainbuster. During our break, our teams wagered 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of composers. Let's head into the News 8 newsroom with Caitlin Smith. She has today's question. Caitlin.
Thanks, Rich. Now here's your bonus Brainbuster. A self-taught musician, he wrote such hits as A Pretty Girl is Like a Melody, Easter Parade, and God Bless America. Who won an Academy Award for White Christmas? Again, a self-taught musician, he wrote such hits as A Pretty Girl is Like a Melody, Easter Parade, and God Bless America. Who won an Academy Award for White Christmas? Good luck with your answer. Now back to Studio B. Rich?
Thank you, Caitlin. Good luck, team. So we'll give you about 5 seconds. Okay. Peter was the scribe. I guess you're going to close the pen as soon as the pens are closed. Okay, Roman, we always start with this side of the set, so if you would kindly show us your answer. And you wrote Bing Crosby. No, that's incorrect. That was a fantastic guess because he did sing White Christmas in the movie White Christmas, so we're going to deduct only 10 points from your score. Emma, I think you had Bing Crosby also. No, we're going to deduct 15 points from your score. The correct answer is Irving Berlin. Okay, 160 to 155. Who's going to advance to round 2? Well, there's only one way to find out. Here comes today's final frenzy. This time we have 20-point questions. Good luck to all 6 of you. The Current, the oldest continuously published newspaper in the United States, is published... Kieran.
The Times?
No, sorry, that's incorrect. It's published in the capital of Connecticut. What city is it? Roman.
Hartford.
Hartford is correct, yes. He is apprenticed to Mr. Wickfield, a lawyer, and eventually marries Mr. Wickfield's daughter, Agnes. Who is Dickens' title character? Emma.
Oliver?
Not he, no, sorry. Any idea, Middletown? Oh, we stumped you on David Copperfield. You're traveling from Punta Arenas through the Drake Passage to Stanley in the Falkland Islands. What famous cape are you rounding?
Cape of Good Hope?
Not Good Hope, no, sorry. Middletown. Roman.
Cape of May.
No, it's Cape Horn at the tip of South America from west to east. When you remove the cells and platelets from blood plasma, this clearest yellow fluid is what remains. What is it called?
Plasma.
Iyasu.
Plasma?
No, it's not plasma. No, sorry. Kieran?
White blood cells?
No, it's called blood serum. He introduced democratic reforms, arranged a 14-year truce with Sparta, and got the Parthenon built. Who led Athens when it was the most powerful and brilliant civilization? Draven.
Julius Caesar?
Not he, no, sorry. Any idea, Emma?
Aristotle.
No, it's Pericles is the right answer. In 1661, Robert Boyle suggested this term for substances that cannot be decomposed into simple... Emma?
Elements.
Element is correct, yes. One of the world's chief sources of cloves is this island in the Indian Ocean off the coast of the northeast coast of Tanzania. Draven.
Indonesia?
No, sorry. What is the Spice Island? Kieran.
Zanzibar?
Zanzibar is correct. It's been called the mathematics of distortion. What branch of mathematics deals with properties of geometric figures that remain unchanged no matter how the figures are bent?
Topology?
Topology is correct. It's 828 meters tall, and since 2008, the Burj Khalifa has been the world's tallest building. In what Arab country is it? Roman.
United Arab Emirates.
You are correct. A descendant of the long-necked lute of West Africa. It's a familiar instrument in both Dixieland and bluegrass bands.
The banjo?
The banjo is correct. In 1976, almost 60 years after he died, he was awarded a special Pulitzer Prize for music for the opera Treemonisha. Who is the king of ragtime? Kieran again.
Scott Joplin.
He's the correct answer. Ironically, Moliere died while playing the title role of this play. What is this comedy? It was The Imaginary Invalid. What a fantastic match. By just one question, Waynesboro is triumphant and will return for round 2, but we hope to see you in just a few short moments.
Scorekeeping for WGAL8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, thanks for staying with us. We're still catching our breath here in Studio B. That was a tremendous game. By only one question, Waynesboro will advance to round 2. Now, we're going to say goodbye to Middletown, but you did a stellar job. And we were talking during the break before we came to this segment, and we were saying how impressed we were with their answer for Irving Berlin, that both teams came up with Bing Crosby. I mean, that's sort of out of their era, but they both came up with an impressive answer, but it is Irving Berlin. So we're not done yet with our tournament. We're still meeting some new teams coming up, so we're going to have a fresh start debut of 2 new teams right here at Studio B the next time on WGAL 8 Brainbusters. We'll see you next time. So long and have a great day.